Alice Zhang earns her living by playing computer games. She's a young star in China's thriving gaming scene. The industry is worth millions and it's dominated by men. Alice is one of the women challenging that. She's living her dream, but it's a risky business. If you want to survive, you have to win. Alice has been playing professional esports for almost 2 years. Along with her teammates, she competes in the game League of Legends.
享受这种竞技精神吧。
I like the competition. You can reach different levels, and each time you do, it gives you a sense of accomplishment.
就会让自己很有成就感。
Each day, Alice has to practice for 10 hours or more. Behind the scenes, the team's manager, Pan Jianxing, takes care of everything else.
To get a place on the team, the players have to have reached a certain level, a certain score in the game. That's the most important thing. Then we look at their age. The younger they are, the greater their potential.
League of Legends is a team game. The 5 players in the LLG team win or lose together. They picked the name for Love Laughing Girls, girls who love to laugh.
因为觉得很开心这样的生活。
This life makes me happy.
把自己喜欢做的事情。
Being able to do what I love most professionally is the greatest motivation for me to improve. Most people have to do something they don't like, but I can do what I enjoy.
但至少我做的事情是我自己想做的。
2 teams compete against each other. They both have 5 fighters, each with different features and powers. The paths from your base to the opponent's lead through a jungle full of monsters. Together, the team has to defeat the monsters and their enemies before they can conquer the opponent's base. Chen Junlang trains the LLG girls. He used to be a pro gamer himself.
I help them improve their fighting skills and look at how they do in one-on-one battles. But what's most important is how they work together as a team.
Today is a training match against another all-female team. LLG are the blue figures on the top right-hand corner of the map. Their opponents are the red figures at the bottom left. Both teams are connected through the internet. The game's all about speed and cooperation. Each individual has to play to their full potential. The opponent will exploit any weaknesses they find. They're under attack and the mood gets tense. In the flurry of battle, it's hard to keep an overview of who is where. This time, they escape unharmed. But the opponents are tougher than expected. Next door, the trainer and the assistant are nervously following the action. They're clearly at a disadvantage. After an hour, the opponents manage to take LLG's base.
You suffered too many casualties on the middle path and you let yourself get cornered. You have to get better at judging when to attack. Don't just strike as soon as you see your opponent. You felt too safe.
It's fine, it was just a training match. If it had been a real competition, that would have been bad. But it sure was a wake-up call.
The following day, they head out to an important tournament. Alice and her roommates wake up once lunch is ready.
We stay up late playing, so we wake up late.
Alice shares an apartment with her teammates. LLG is one of China's top 10. An investor pays for the apartment, food, and the players' salaries. To make her dream come true, Alice ran away from home.
My parents often got angry. They'd scold and hit me when I played too much. When they hit me, I cried, but I'm quick to forget. After a while, everything would be fine again, and I went on playing. Then they'd hit me again, and I played again, and so it went on and on.
Now she's 19 and has been here for 2 years. In China, young people like Alice are often considered internet addicts, problem cases in a society that expects discipline and performance. Professional leagues for gamers only emerged in the past few years, but mostly for boys. The women's league is just getting started.
In many sports, men are stronger than women. But I don't think that has to be the case with esports. I think we're also pretty strong. I'm not nervous. We're stronger in competitions than we normally are. We really want to win.
At the tournament, the winners from each of China's regions compete for the Chinese championship title. Then a message arrives from the manager. They've had a car accident. 2 players and the trainer are injured. They're at the hospital. The final is cancelled. Six months later, the players are back on their feet. But the team has split up. Alice is staying with her former manager, Pan Jianxing, in an apartment block near Guangzhou.
After the accident, our motivation sank. The club had been making losses for a long time and was only kept alive in the hopes that the market would eventually pick up again.
But it didn't. While men's professional leagues have generated over 100 million euros in China alone, women's clubs have had to do with low prize money and a lack of sponsors. Pan Jianxin bought this apartment a year ago. She lives with her parents in Guangzhou, but comes to visit Alice on the weekends. Mostly they just hang out at home.
As long as someone gives me a small room and food every day, doesn't really matter what, as long as it fills me up, and I have a bed and a computer, I don't really ever have to leave the room. That's all I need.
And a toilet.
True, I do need a toilet.
Today they've decided to venture out. A neighbour has invited them for dinner. They live in a new residential area that sprang up from what was just a field not long ago. Many of the residents are young. There's an activity centre that offers a little entertainment.
If I go out to go shopping or get food, I always come here. It's my only change of scenery, and it helps me unwind. Done. Shall we go?
While Pan Jianxing stays out with the neighbour, Alice returns home. She'll have to be online that evening. Alice needs to build a new life for herself. While she does, Pan Jianxing's apartment has become her retreat.
I had another fight with my mother 2 days ago. She blamed me for never coming home. But I don't want to live there anymore. I don't want to work in an ordinary job, and my parents don't like me playing video games. When I was competing in the team, they tolerated it. But as soon as they found out the team had broken up, they just started pressuring me again to get a normal job.
2 weeks ago, she received a fixed-term contract. A games distributor pays her to play online and live stream the games.
Good evening, everyone.
She has to stream online at least 4 hours a day, while she plays and talks to the viewers. She's paid a modest amount.
Do you have sound? Can you hear me?
Her life isn't about winning games, but the hearts of her fans. She has to entertain her followers by playing music, telling stories, answering questions, and giving advice.
I have very quick hands, that helps. If you're not good enough or show up too rarely, the others will quickly throw you out of the game. It's not a bad job, but when I think back, I feel a little melancholy. It was a great time living and playing with the others, but what can you do? Nothing lasts forever.
In the coming weeks, Alice Zhang really needs to build up her fan base. Then, hopefully, she can carry on working as a gamer after all.